What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today? I took a little break this week from making videos, only, because I just wanted to reboot my brain, so to speak. I really wasn't going to make another one until probably Monday or so. However, I have a little bit of time and something that's been bugging me for a long time here. I got my 1979 Millennium Falcon. This is my little humble Star Wars shelf. I mean, I got more stuff, but this is just the stuff I like to have displayed out here. And as you can see, it leans in the back. Now, if you have one of these Millennium Falcons, chances are you know exactly what's going on here. The rear landing gear becomes weak, and it doesn't matter how many times I prop it up. Eventually, within a day or two, it's sagging down like that. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a cool look. It looks like it's trying to take off or something like that. But it really is bugging me. So I figured since I was going to attempt a quick fix, so to speak, not necessarily a repair, why not just film it and have something for the channel for everyone to oogle and Google at. Let's have a quick look at the rest of my stuffs here. That's my popcorn bucket from Disney. Obi-Wan Saber. We all saw me build that. Who could forget the Die Fighter? I get offers to sell that all the time. I don't think I'll ever sell it, but regardless, let me pull all this stuff apart. And yeah, we'll bring it to the dining room table, and we'll try to work something out. So again, not a full repair, but more of a quick fix to keep them landing gears locked solid. All right, so here we have the Falcon on its back, and if we look at the landing gear, how it works, it just literally goes up and down. But there are these little clips right here that are supposed to push outward and hinge onto this, so to speak. And they're just kind of a flexible little plastic. And of course, over time, they get weak and they fail. So I am thinking the best bet is to try to find something to kind of wedge in between them. There's one on either side, obviously. As I knock everything off the table. Something to wedge in the middle here to keep them pushed out. Not enough to stress the plastic any more than it already is. But I think if I could figure something out to put in there, that's temporary, of course, I think we will be good. So going through my toolbox and extra parts and all that stuff, I have a whole bunch of these screw anchors for the wall. I vaguely remember seeing someone do this too. So it's kind of like a happy accident. I remembered it after the fact. But I got a couple here that are like a gray that are very similar color to the actual plastic on the landing gear themselves. And I'm willing to bet if I can't just take a pair of pliers and just literally just slip this in there, we might be good to go. This might actually be the ticket right here. So let me get these out of the bag, get my pliers wherever the heck they are, and see if we can't kind of just fit these in there. So after playing around with this for a little bit, I was debating on whether or not to take the landing gear out altogether. I think I'm going to do that. Now, these might be a little too wide, or a little long, I should say. So I might have to trim these down just a little bit. And luckily for me, and I know you probably can't see it, but there is a lip right about here that they'll rest on perfectly. So I'm going to fight with this thing to get the landing gears out. It shouldn't be too hard. If you look right here, there's like, again, those little pinch points. I think if I just push them both in, slip them out. I've never actually taken the landing gears out before. And when I was a kid and I got one of these, I don't remember how I put them in. So I'm going to try to pull these out and see where we go from there. Okay, so I was able to get the other one in after figuring out which angle to go from. I had this thing in every position possible. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I did have to trim the anchor just a little bit, just this tiny little piece here, just enough to get it to go in there tightly. And I found that the best way to do it, and I hope a lot of this will be on camera, I don't block too much, is to push it in this way, pushing the tab outward with this, which is a soft plastic, so you got to be careful, and then using this to kind of just open up this tab here, and then just slightly guiding it in. So it's a very tricky, I don't know. We're going to give it a shot. It took me a few tries the first time. So let's see if we can't do this without having to speed up the footage. And, of course, it's going to fight me, because that's what it does, right? I know you're asking yourself, why would I go through all this? It's all in the name of displaying your fucking toys. Alright. Get it onto the lip. Push it in. Bam, just like that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's barely on there. But as long as you got that and you're very careful with seating it in there, because there is a lip. There's a lip for it to sit on. And if you cut it just right, or if yours fit better than mine did, you should be okay. Now I just want to make sure the other side is actually on that lip, and it is. So let's just hope and pray that I don't push this too hard to the point where it pops out, because it does want to pop out. Push it down gently. Gently. Bam. You know what? I'm calling that good enough for government work. So let me give you a close-up of what we just did here. So hopefully you can see it in there. Right about there. I'll give you a couple different angles. And this one I didn't push it in too far because it really just wanted to pop out. Whereas the first one I did, it went in there pretty smoothly as it can, and as centered as it can. But it's in there, and you know what? I think the gray kind of hides the fact that I have something. And this thing's, the ass is going to be facing away from you anyway, so you're probably not going to see it. But it pushes these tabs just enough to sit on the little lip there. And I'm thinking that's a great little temporary fix just for display purposes. This one went a little bit better if you can see the way the tabs are. But either way, that's the Creep's quick fix to the Millennium Falcon landing gear. So let's get this thing back on display. Alright guys, and here is the Falcon back in its display mode. And you know what, comparing it to earlier, as cool as that angle was, that takeoff angle, which wouldn't last too much longer anyway because the struts were still going to keep going down, the landing gears, that just looks so much better. So I hope you got something out of this. Again, I'm sorry I didn't put up anything this week. I just needed to recharge, reboot my brain, and we will come back strong next week with 1 or 100 videos. You know how it works on this channel. I sometimes rifle them out, and sometimes I'm very slacky about it. But either way, side note, I still need some parts for this to make it complete. So if you have a radar dish, the secret panel lid, you know, the compartment there, of course the training arm and ball, which I know is a $2 billion piece because it's so tough to get, and the struts for the ramp, I'd rather give one of you guys the money than some random idiot in Iowa or something like that, you know, on eBay. So that's why I'm so lazy about finding parts for this thing. I'd rather give you guys the money than some random person, but maybe I'll start working on that. But if you do have any of that stuff, let me know. And maybe we can make a trade, or, you know, I can toss a few bucks your way or whatever. Whatever's clever. So guys, again, I hope you got something out of this. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Thanks as always so much for watching. Go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. Have a great weekend. Go Pats! Pats Nation all the way. Until next time, take care, creep it real, and bye-bye.